back to talk about aromatherapy and essential oils with Michelle Gray, whose information is in the description box below and will be also on the screen. Also in the description box is channelingericdoc.com, where you can check out the trailer of the upcoming documentary and find ways to buy merch and all that stuff to help support Poundless Cause. Now, hi, Erik. I love you. I forgot to tell you at the beginning of our last session. Sorry about that. I'm in the doghouse.
He says, I love you so much, Mom. I love you. I love you all the time.
Oh, all right. So here we go. Question 16 from our wonderful community. We're talking about aromatherapy and essential oils. Is the knowledge we have of oils, is that from an ET origin?
Well, he says, yes and no, because he says, the plants on Earth, and he says, when we were talking in, the first part, we were talking about it being technology. Well, there are some plants on Earth that are connected to other planets,
Oh,
other dimensional spaces.
oh,
So he says there is some assistance. He goes, think about it this way: the way things are crafted and designed is there's a lot of people, even if they are not aware of it, that have different influences of their, we'll say, councils or different beings that they're connected to
okay.
that influence some of their not only choices in what they use, but also in the creation of some of our essential oils and how they're put
Oh,
together.
interesting. Okay, that's very cool. Okay, this person says, I recently heard about drinking potato water. Ugh. Does it have health benefits?
He says, yes, it does. It does.
How much should they drink? Was the next part of that question.
He says you really don't need very much. He goes, it can
Really?
actually, he says to be careful because if your stomach is a little off balance, he goes, it can actually make you feel a little sour.
Oh,
So he says if you're used to root vegetables, if you're used to
oh,
a diet that that you're eating already an organic diet, he says it'll be helpful. But if you're shifting from, let's say, more of a processed diet and you're moving over to a less processed diet, it can make you feel a little queasy.
oh, okay, interesting.
But
So how much?
yeah,
Like
but
keeps
it
it
is.
away, keeps the boll weevil away, or what? It's a potato.
He says, like, if you're gonna have some potato water, I mean, he says, like, we're not talking about potato skin floating in it and everything.
Oh,
He
okay.
says, you know, you could have, he says, like a tea. You could have like a cup of tea, like
Okay.
potato water.
Can you do it with the skin? Just make a tea of the skin, or should it be the actual
Yeah,
root part?
yeah,
Okay,
no, yeah, you
interesting.
can do that.
How good is castor oil? I think they mean castor oil for you and your benefits.
Castor oil.
Maybe Fidel Castro had greasy hair and get the oil from his hair. Castro.
He
He means
he
Castro.
actually
Here
says
he means Castro.
this is a good one, and he goes, and most people that are listening right now already have a pretty good idea of the benefits of castor oil.
Oh,
And he says castor oil is, he goes, trace right back into ancient Egypt. He says it's a, let's call it what it is, it's a magic elixir. It's a sacred holy
wow.
plant.
It
And
seems
he says
ancient. It seems so old to
it
me.
it is very old.
Yeah.
And he says, and it can be used in so many different ways. It can be used on your, like, on your skin and your face. It can be used warmed up. It can be used in, he says, like, warmed up with packs, like heat packs on your body, because it
Oh,
seeps into the layers and it
oh,
goes right into the organs. He says that there's a
really?
structure of the castor oil, and he goes, think of it this way. He says everything exists at once. He goes, let's have a little multidimensional lesson for a second. Everything exists at once. So if we were to look at the structure of the castor bean, we were to go right
Oh,
back to
beans. That's
ancient
right.
Egypt,
Yeah, right.
right? He says, so just know, and he goes, and remember, you want to buy a decent grade castor oil, amber glass, something that's not, that you're not going to have effect of the sun, keeping it in a nice, cool, dry place.
Yeah.
He goes, but when you use that, he says that substance, that castor oil has within it the DNA, the compounds that are connected to that ancient time and what it was used from. So when it goes on to your body, he says it's like memory. It
Mm.
remembers, it knows what to do. So he says, when you, because everything exists at one time, everybody, everything exists at one time. So you're connecting right to ancient Egypt every
Interesting.
time you put that onto your body.
Wow. Can you eat the castor beans or make a tea out of it, or is it poisonous ingested?
He's not recommending eating it.
Okay. All right. Good.
Yeah.
Can you make it into put it in a diffuser, use it as essential oil, or is it mostly just hair, skin, things like that?
He's showing it as topical
Let's
because
talk. Okay.
using it as topical is
That's
the
what I felt.
biggest
All
benefit. Yeah.
right. How good is ormus oil and monatomic gold for raising consciousness? Like, what are the benefits of these two things? I
He's
don't even
saying
know what monatomic gold is. I gotta look that up.
opening. So I'm not sure which one, but he says one you can take in a dropper, or you can, it's something that
Okay.
you can ingest.
Okay.
Um, but he calls them connecting to dream, connecting to the astral world. He says expanding consciousness, and but he says it's an opener. They're
Oh yeah, well, it's
openers.
the same thing.
So
Monatomic
they're
gold is ormus. Supplement made from gold that's believed to have unique properties and benefits for health and wellness. Typically produced by talks about the production. Like wow, unraveling the mystery. What is it? Oh, I'm gonna have to read this. Brain and cognitive
mm-hmm,
effects. Interesting. Okay, gotta write that down on my to-do list.
mm-hmm.
Okay, interesting. Is it okay to ingest food grade essential oils? Or if yes, does ingesting these
Yeah, he says
benefit better than topicals?
he says if it's food grade, he goes, sure. He goes, you can put it in, you put it in your food. He goes, is it better? It depends on what it is and on what you're using it for. So he says, for example, um, he says lavender, like there's lavender that you can ingest.
Like put drops of
And
tongue maybe or something like that?
yeah, he says that like putting it in teas and
Yeah,
drinks
there's probably
and
lavender
things.
tea and things,
Yeah.
lemongrass tea and things like that.
And he says, and for those benefits, he's talking about it hitting the bloodstream, like
Okay.
how it goes into the bloodstream. So he says, yeah, there's benefit to that. He goes, because it travels through your body through the bloodstream.
Yeah.
And so it reaches your body in a way that topically it may not, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's better. It's more of like, what are you using it for? What are you needing?
I
And he
see.
goes, and if you're thinking okay, well, which way is better? He goes, this is one of those moments where you want to sit and just kind of feel into it. What do I need? What do
Oh
I need?
yeah.
Because
Or use a
you're gonna
pendulum.
know, you'll be told. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Good.
yes, absolutely.
Okay. What are the best essential oils for to encourage positivity and to basically increase your vibration?
Um he says frankincense.
Oh,
Frankincense, bergamot again, because he says that is a it helps process grief.
oh.
He also says it's like a he calls it a stabilizer. So it has to do with your self-esteem and working in the solar plexus area.
Hmm.
So it assists with that. So
Talking about bergamot still? Okay.
bergamot.
Got it.
He says like okay, he's just saying that lavender again is another one because he talks about, if you enjoy that smell, it
Oh,
helps
okay.
lift you. The
Just
same
by
with lemon, like lemongrass and lemon scent. But he also says a lot of people, to help raise your vibration and be present in the body, is the grounding. And
okay.
so he says like cedar, palo santo,
Oh, I
anything
like
else
those
like that
musky
to help.
smells.
Yeah.
What does that mean if I like those? If people like them, like cedar and Palo Santo,
He says
woody
because
smell.
mom, he says he goes, you're a healer that's very stabilized within the earth. And he goes, and that's why you really love the science and you really love all of that information and learning. And he says, so you ground a lot of higher knowledge into the world. And so that smell is very natural for you. And that it's like pulling everything from up here down into the world.
I remember one of my first perfumes when I was a kid was patchouli and this cream,
Mm,
oily cream. I loved it. So when somebody likes a smell of a certain essential oil, does that indicate they need it or something else?
he says it indicates that it's a match for your frequency.
Oh,
So he says, if there's something that you really enjoy the smell of, he goes, well, that's a signature. That's like he goes, that lights up your senses. So use
oh,
it. He goes, you like the smell, use it. If all of a sudden you start to kind of go, I don't like that anymore. I used to like it. I don't like it anymore. And he's
yeah.
like, well, that's because you're shifting.
Yeah.
You're shifting. So it's maybe time to start going in a different direction. So he says it's all about being present with yourself and what are you attracted to? What smells best for you?
Okay. So we talked about certain smell essential oils are good for positivity, raising vibration. Is there one particular essential oil that's kind of good for everyday use? Like if we were to have a diffuser on all day, what would it be?
He actually says like eucalyptus is a good one.
Oh,
Like just a
really?
nice or even a sage, like a
Oh,
nice
okay.
sage, because he
Okay.
says it helps clear, so it helps keep the energy in a balanced state. So he says, if you have a little bit of a eucalyptus or a mint, a
Oh,
little bit of mint, he says they're not overly overpowering smells, and they help balance the frequency in the air. And they also help invite balance if you have people coming in and out of a space.
oh, yeah.
And if, things are a little off, it helps balance and stabilize all of the energy.
Can you mix essential oils? Like, can you have like a mint and eucalyptus? Is that
Yeah.
okay? Like all the
Yep.
ones you said are good for everyday,
Yeah.
put it in. Okay, interesting.
Yep. He says add a little, he goes, add a couple drops of lavender to
Okay.
eucalyptus.
Oh, okay. Uh, what is the best combination to help with maximum relaxation slash energy? So I don't know if it's max relaxation or giving you energy, but anyway, I'm not sure what they're asking. What were they asking?
Um, okay, so
Two
he
different
actually
questions.
says, okay, if you're looking for relaxation, like
Yeah,
actual relaxation, he goes, we're going to go right back to lavender
lavender
because
and
that's really the
energetic.
one that's energetic. He goes, actually is Palo Santo.
Oh, really? Wow, interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Which oils are
Yeah.
best for chakra alignment?
That's interesting. He actually says chakra alignment. Now, this one he says is not going to be a one size fits all because not everybody is going
Yeah,
to need the exact same thing
right, right.
for their own alignment. But he says orange blossom and he says a little bit of cedar is
That's
very
probably a
good
root
for
chakra thing. Yeah.
yes, grounding and aligning. Mhm.
Okay, good. Does aromatherapy help people who suffer from mental health problems?
Absolutely.
Is there
Yes.
anyone that helps with depression? And then maybe one for anxiety? We can't go through the
Yes.
whole DSM, but
No, he goes right into bergamot again because it
oh,
goes directly to he says the senses connected to grief
yeah.
and it helps balance the grief. He goes, it's not taking it away. He goes, because you need to feel it. You need to feel
Yeah.
it. But what it's doing is it helps lift a little fog around it.
Okay.
It helps you. He goes, the other thing is too, he goes, again, lavender. He says lavender has a lot of different
For
usages
anxiety?
for it.
That's anxiety, right?
Yes, yes. It helps give, he goes, it helps give that relaxational state. And depending on what the need is of each person, it's going to work in those areas of everybody's structure to help them do what's needed. He goes,
Yeah.
you don't have to even know what you need to do. You
Yeah.
just have to put it on and just know that it already knows where to go.
Can't you just have an intent like this is going to help this? Like
Yes.
intention is a lot of it, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, what essential oils can we use for our face and body for anti-aging effects?
He's actually showing a lot of citrus
Oh, really?
for the
Okay.
face. A lot of citrus.
Well, vitamin C, I can
Like
imagine that's an antioxidant, so that makes sense.
yeah, yeah. He says anything in the citrus area. He's showing like orange, grapefruit,
Okay.
grapefruit extract, anything like that.
Yeah.
He says that's really great actually for your whole body, for
Okay.
the whole body.
Interesting. Uh, it's like walking around smelling like a fruit. All right. Now, what are the best oils for protection? Now, for me, I use sage to clean the energy, clear it, and then Palo Santo to get rid of the negative entities, negative energy and stuff. The negative entities, negative energy with
Mhm.
sage, but I'm not even sure if that's right. So, what's a good protection oils?
Well, he says, look, Palo Santo, it does a little bit of everything. It
Okay.
really does. He says it will clear and it will also protect. He says you combine that with your intention, your script. He says, like, mom, for you, you don't even have to say your script. It's there. It's
Yeah.
implanted. It knows what to do.
Oh, but I
As
do
soon as you
anyway.
do that,
OCD.
he says, like, this is the thing, guys. He goes, yes, Palo Santo sage. So as you're hearing this, don't feel like, oh my goodness, I've been doing it this way and now I'm
Oh,
doing it
yeah.
wrong
No, no.
or anything. He says, but if you want to do it like easy, Eric, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. He says, if you want to do it that way, he goes, and just use Palo Santo. And he says, and just go through your home or let it go and just invite it to go to all the different corners of your home to clear and ground that space.
Okay. Do scents continue to work after you can no longer clearly smell them? In other words, after the initial application, the scent has reduced. Well, maybe the nasal, the olfactory receptors are just overly stimulated and they're crowded.
Yes,
No. So it's not necessarily that the scent has reduced. It can dissipate, obviously, in the air. But anyway, do they continue to work even when we can't smell them for whatever reason?
they do. They do. He
Okay.
says the scent has a structure in it. So he
Okay.
says, think about it. It carries a structure that continues to work even when your nose can't tell that
Okay.
it's still going. Yeah.
Couple more related to Jesus. All right. Why did the wise men give baby Jesus frankincense and myrrh?
He says gifts of the divine.
Oh, really?
It's
Why?
gifts
Why
of the
those?
divine.
Why not lavender?
Sacred. He says, well, it just lavender just wasn't. He says, let's put it simple, lavender just wasn't around. That wasn't what they were using. He
Oh, okay.
says, frankincense, myrrh, it was used as holy.
Oh,
It was
okay.
used as holy. It was used as sacred. It was
Okay.
used as riches. And so he's saying, like, bringing something of value, bringing something sacred,
All
bringing
right.
something like riches. So that's what was the intent that they used.
Okay. Last question. Did Jesus use any essential oils when he would work on people? If so, other than frankincense and myrrh, what would have been available for him to use at that time?
For
Okay.
Jesus,
Pardon me? Jesus,
did you
yes.
say for Jesus? Yeah.
Jesus. Did he use essential oils other than frankincense and myrrh for healing, helping people, basically?
Yes. I'm being shown a plant, like Eric's saying, think like a bay leaf, like
Oh,
a
okay.
bay or something like that.
Okay.
Um, he says a medicinal, he's showing like rubbing it on legs.
Okay.
Um, rubbing and wrapping it on legs. So he said there were some other plants, other leaf plants that he would use to be able to work on sick, like work on the sick,
Oh,
work
okay.
on those that had um ailments, like he's actually showing me like missing a leg
Oh
or
yeah.
having something that was wrong with their, with their lower half. He keeps going
Yeah.
down to the legs. So he says yes, there were other things that he did use. Yeah.
Okay. That is it. So thank you guys. I know we're going to have an announcement here from Michelle, but I just wanted to let you ask you guys to please subscribe, hit the subscribe and the like button, and don't forget the documentary button. Just at least watch the trailer. It's pretty amazing. So Michelle, the mic is all yours. And by the way, thank you and I love
Okay.
you, Eric.
Love you, Mom. Love you, Mom. So what I wanted to announce is I've got a couple changes that are happening. And if
Big
you've been on
one.
my website, big, it is a big one. It is a big one. And it's really, it's like what's been happening behind the scenes for quite a long time for me. And so this is a little bit of a transition. And that way, if you go to my website and you see that there's changes happening, you'll kind of have an idea. And I'm not putting everything out all today at once, but just to kind of give you a heads up. So, first of all, I'm starting something that I've been building for a while with Spirit, and there'll be more of an explanation on June the 21st because that's when it all launches. And you'll see my website. There's a lovely lady that's working on it for me and putting it all together. So on June 21st, it will be all present. What this means is what I'm bringing forward is called HRT, it's Heart Resonance Technology. And this is us as the technology. And what it is your soul blueprint. So it's, I'm working with people to um, connect them to their blueprint, not the blueprint of somebody else, but your blueprint, to help you and meet you in the becoming of what it is that you're here to do and wanting to do in this world, what's aligned for you.
A
And
little
this
bit
is what,
important, okay? That's a bit important.
yeah, it's a big deal. And this is what I have learned throughout my whole journey
Yeah.
is, to follow them. So, our intent is to be able to help you with this and kind of get going on that process, because there's so many people that are here to be of service and to, step into something that they know is there, maybe don't really know exactly how it works. And it's how to work with the universe and to be able to really see in real time how things are unfolding with your own resonance. So, what that means also is that my mediumship to the public on my actual calendar is going to be closed. Now, if you've already booked, I've got bookings into 2027 for group bookings and for private, for mentorship. So, if you're already booked on there, that is like our agreement is as it is, nothing's changing. I will still be seeing everybody for mediumship. Of course there's case by case basis, and so I really do go with the alignment of what's like what, where I need to be. I follow
Yeah.
that with my whole heart. So if there's something needed and I can be there, I will always be there. But it's still open right now. So if you want to book to be on
If
the
you want to squeeze
calendar
under the
before
wire,
June 21st,
yes, get under
yes,
the wire, people, quickly, quickly, before it's
yes.
too late. I really recommend it.
So
I was hoping you
it's
would
open,
say
and make
that.
sure,
Oh, wow.
yes,
Good.
make sure that that you go, because a lot of times people open up the calendar and they think I'm not offering anything
Yeah.
because it doesn't show any available dates.
Oh, yeah.
So make sure you go through and just flip. I think right now for private mediumship one-on-ones, it's booking January 2026, February 2026, and some people book out just so they have
Oh, yeah, right.
something for later on.
Right,
And
right.
that, but just a heads up there. But I'm still here on channeling Eric. I'm still
Yay.
here. I'm not going anywhere, but
Good.
I'm
Yay.
shifting. I'm
That's
shifting. So
cool.
thank you.
That's cool. I'm so proud of you, and I'm very
Thank you.
excited for you. Eric, are you excited for her?
Yes, he is. He even when they because this is spirit led, and it's been through many downloads, and this last month has been every morning. I was telling Elisa, 4 o'clock in the morning of sitting and where I could get some quiet time and
Yes.
kind of gently being guided to start to make this transition now. And Eric did the um I've got a little tear in my eye. I'm so proud of you.
Oh, Eric, what a
So yeah,
sap.
yeah, he's been helping me all along, and he's
Great.
helping me also write my book right now too. So
That's
hopefully
so
that'll be
great.
out soon.
You want to share the title of your book? You want to wait?
No, I'll share it. I'll share it. It's called, and everybody who knows me will get a good laugh out of this, but it's called The Sacred Mess, and it's the art of becoming the I am.
Oh,
So it's to let everybody know
powerful,
it's
powerful
a
title.
peek in on my journey of everything behind the scenes, which I openly have shared every messy step of it. And it's really to help show everybody that we're not here to be, like Erik has always taught, we're not here to be gurus.
Yeah,
We're here to be ourselves, to
right.
be us. And if that means, as Erik has said so kindly in one chapter of my book, if this means that I'm showing up for my session and I have pajamas on the bottom half and you don't know, and I can't find my other sock, that's my sacred mess, but I'm still sacred.
I love it. I
So,
love it. We're all very sacred people.
yeah,
Don't ever forget
yeah,
it. All right. Well, thank you,
we
Michelle.
certainly
We'll
are.
stay
Every
tuned
one
to
of
your
us.
exciting
Thank
journey.
you. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you
Hit
very
subscribe
much.
and like quick before you
Bye.
forget. Bye.
Bye.
See ya.